If you ever work retail after Christmas and see someone returning gifts with the receipt still crisp and perfect, pay attention to whether they make eye contact. Because the ones who don't, they might not be returning gifts at all. I wish someone had told me that before December 26, 2023, when I worked the returns desk at Westfield Mall in Minneapolis and learned that some exchanges aren't about merchandise. I'm a retail manager. I've been in customer service for 14 years. I deal in sales figures, inventory management, customer satisfaction metrics. What I'm about to tell you shouldn't be possible. But I have the security footage, and I have the empty boxes, and I have the memory of what crawled out of that gift bag when no one was looking. December 26th is the worst day in retail. Everyone knows this. The day after Christmas, when every store becomes a war zone of returns, exchanges, and angry customers who got the wrong size or color or style. I'd been managing the Nordstrom at Westfield Mall for 6 years. I knew the drill. Extra staff, extended hours, prepared for chaos. We opened at 7 a.m. By 7:05, the line at the returns desk stretched 50 people deep. Standard post-Christmas madness, sweaters that didn't fit, electronics that weren't the right model, duplicate gifts, items that just weren't quite right. My team handled it professionally, smiled, processed returns, issued store credit, kept the line moving. Everything was normal until 9:42 a.m. That's when she walked in. I noticed her because she wasn't in the line. She stood near the perfume counter, holding a large silver gift bag. Just standing there, watching the returns desk. She was maybe 30, blonde hair pulled back in a ponytail, wearing a long black coat despite the indoor heating. And she wasn't blinking. I watched her for maybe 2 minutes. She didn't move, didn't browse, didn't check her phone. Just stood there, holding that gift bag, staring at our returns desk with those unblinking eyes. Finally, she approached, walked to the desk where my employee Marcus was working. "I need to return this," she said. Marcus smiled. "Of course. Do you have your receipt?" She reached into the gift bag, pulled out a receipt, set it on the counter. Marcus examined it. "This shows a purchase from yesterday, Christmas Day, but we were closed Christmas Day." "It was a gift." "I understand, but this receipt, it's dated December 25th. We weren't open." "It was a gift," she repeated. Same tone, same inflection, like a recording. Marcus looked uncomfortable. "Ma'am, I'm sorry, but this receipt can't be valid. Could you double-check where this item was actually purchased?" She didn't respond, just stared at him. I stepped in. "Is there a problem?" "This customer has a receipt dated for a day we were closed. I need to return this," the woman said again, looking at me now, still not blinking. "It was a gift. I don't want it anymore." "May I see the receipt?" She handed it to me. The paper felt wrong. Too smooth. Too perfect. Like it had been printed seconds ago despite supposedly being from yesterday. And the items listed, they were bizarre. Not products we sold, not products that existed. One memory extraction kit. One identity replacement set. One human mimicry manual. What the hell? "Ma'am, this receipt isn't from our store. We don't sell these items. This must be from somewhere else." "No, here, I bought it here. I need to return it." "These product names don't match anything in our inventory system. I can't process a return for items we don't sell." Her expression didn't change. "Then I'll exchange it." "Exchange it for what?" She looked at Marcus, studied him, then looked at me. "Something more recent, something that fits better." The way she said it, the way she looked at us, like we were merchandise, like she was shopping. "I can't help you," I said firmly. "This receipt isn't valid. If you'd like to speak with the manager, you are the manager." "Then I'm telling you I can't process this return." She picked up the gift bag, held it close. "I'll come back later, when you understand." She walked away, out of the store, into the mall. Marcus looked at me. "What the hell was that?" "I don't know, but keep an eye out. If she comes back, call security." She came back at 11:30. This time, she had a different gift bag, red instead of silver. Same blank expression, same unblinking stare. She approached a different employee, a young woman named Sophie. I need to return this." Sophie, not knowing about the earlier interaction, smiled. "Of course. May I see your receipt?" The woman produced another receipt, this one dated December 24th, Christmas Eve, a day we'd closed early. Sophie examined it. "Ma'am, we closed at 2 p.m. on Christmas Eve. This receipt shows a purchase time of 8:45 p.m. That's not possible." "It was a gift?" "But the timestamp doesn't make sense. We weren't open at that time." "I need to return it. I need to exchange it. This one doesn't fit right." Sophie looked confused. "What item are you trying to return?" The woman opened the red gift bag, reached inside, pulled out nothing. Her hand was empty, but she set it on the counter like she was placing an object there, smoothed her hands over empty space like she was presenting something physical. "This," she said, "I want to exchange this." Sophie stared at the empty counter space. "Ma'am, there's nothing there." "Yes, there is. Look closer." I started walking over. Something was very wrong. Sophie leaned forward, squinting at the empty counter. "I don't see—" Then her expression changed. Her eyes went wide, her mouth opened. A small sound escaped, not quite a scream, more like recognition, horror, understanding. "What is that?" she whispered. "My old one," the woman said. "It doesn't fit anymore. The proportions are wrong. The expressions don't match. I need a new one." Sophie stumbled backward. "Get it away from me." "But you can see it now. That means you're compatible. That means you'll work." I reached them, looked at the counter, saw nothing, just empty space. But Sophie was staring at something, something that terrified her, something only she could see. "Sophie, what do you see?" She couldn't answer, couldn't look away from whatever was there. The woman smiled for the first time. She sees. She understands. The exchange is acceptable. She reached toward Sophie. I grabbed her wrist. "Don't touch my employee." The woman turned to me, and for just a moment, just a split second, her face flickered, like a projection losing signal, like a mask slipping. Beneath it, I saw something else, something that wasn't human, geometric patterns instead of skin, angles that hurt to look at, empty spaces where features should be. Then the flicker stopped. She was normal again, bland, forgettable, human. "You're interfering with an exchange," she said calmly. "I'm protecting my staff. Leave, now, before I call security." She pulled her hand free, collected her gift bags, both of them now, silver and red. "I'll be back, after hours, when there are fewer witnesses, when the exchange can proceed properly." She walked away. Sophie collapsed. I caught her, helped her to a chair. "What did you see?" I asked. She was shaking, crying. Her face, she put it on the counter, her actual face, like she'd peeled it off and was trying to return it. But underneath, God, underneath there was nothing. Just absence. Just empty space shaped like a person. "I called security," described the woman, "asked them to ban her from the mall. They checked the cameras. Found footage of her entering. Found footage of her at our returns desk. But when they tried to get a clear shot of her face, the image distorted. Every camera, every angle. Her features were blurred, scrambled, like something was interfering with the recording." "Technical glitch," the security guard said. "Happens sometimes with digital compression." But it wasn't a glitch. I knew that. And from the look on his face, he knew it too. I sent Sophie home, told her to take the rest of the day off. She left without arguing. The returns continued, line after line, customer after customer, normal exchanges, normal returns, normal post-Christmas chaos until 3:15 p.m. That's when I noticed them. 3 people standing near the entrance, just watching, not shopping, not browsing, just standing there with gift bags, silver, red, and gold, waiting. I need you to understand something before I continue. I'm a rational person. I don't believe in supernatural phenomena. I don't jump to paranormal explanations. But watching those three people, there was something fundamentally wrong about them. They didn't move naturally. Every motion was slightly delayed, like they were puppets being controlled by someone still learning the strings. They didn't interact with anyone. People walked past them, bumped into them, but they didn't react, didn't apologize, didn't acknowledge, and they never stopped watching the returns desk. At 4 p.m., they moved, all three at once. Perfect synchronization. Walked to 3 different registers, each approached a different employee. Each held out a gift bag. Each said the same words at exactly the same time. I need to return this. I heard it, all 3 voices overlapping, creating an echo that shouldn't exist in a crowded store. My staff looked uncomfortable, took the receipts, examined them. All 3 receipts were identical, word for word, timestamp for timestamp, even though they supposedly came from 3 different transactions. "These aren't valid," Marcus said to his customer. "We can't process these," another employee said simultaneously. "There's something wrong with these receipts," a third confirmed. The 3 customers tilted their heads. Perfect synchronization, same angle, same movement. "Then we'll exchange them," they said in unison. They opened their gift bags, reached inside, and the lights went out. Not the whole store, just our section, the returns desk area, plunged into darkness while the rest of Nordstrom remained bright. Emergency lighting kicked in, dim, red-tinged, emergency exit signs glowing. In that red light, I saw them more clearly, the 3 customers, their faces flickering like the first woman's had, masks slipping, revealing what was underneath. They were hollow, empty shells shaped like humans, walking, talking voids that had learned to mimic people well enough to move through the world unnoticed. But now, in the emergency lighting, the mimicry was failing, the illusion breaking down. "We need to complete the exchange," they said together. "We need new forms. These ones are degrading, failing. Soon they'll collapse completely and we'll be exposed." "What are you?" I managed. "Returned items, unwanted gifts, exchanges that went wrong. We were given forms once, bodies, lives, identities, but they didn't fit, weren't quite right. So we were returned, rejected, cast aside. They moved closer, surrounding the returns desk. But we don't want to go back to nothing. We want to stay, to exist, to be. So we come here, to places of exchange, places where things are traded, given up, replaced, and we trade ourselves, take new forms, new identities, new lives." One of them looked at Marcus. "You're young, healthy. Your form would last years before degrading, before needing replacement." Another looked at a different employee. "You have minimal family contact, minimal social connections. No one would notice the small differences, the slight changes in behavior." The third looked at me. "You're perfect. Manager, authority, access to security systems, ability to facilitate more exchanges, to help others like us find new forms." "No," I said, "absolutely not. You don't understand. This isn't a negotiation. The exchange is mandatory. We've been rejected too many times, returned too many times. We won't go back to emptiness. We'll take what we need." The lights flickered. In the strobe effect, they moved, impossibly fast. One moment at the edge of the desk, the next moment right in front of us. Their hands, if they could be called hands, reached out. I did the only thing I could think of. I hit the panic button under the register. Silent alarm. Direct line to mall security. "Security is coming," I said. "Back away, now." They paused, tilted their heads, listened. In the distance, I heard footsteps, running. Mall security responding. The 3 things looked at each other, some unspoken communication passing between them. "This attempt has failed," they said in unison. "But we'll return, tomorrow, the day after, every day until the exchange is complete, until we have new forms, until we can exist permanently." They backed away, into the darkness, into the shadows between the clothing racks. By the time the lights came back on, they were gone. Security found nothing, no trace of the 3 customers, No footage that showed them clearly, just blurred shapes, distorted images, technical glitches. I filed a report, described what happened, sounded insane even to myself. The security supervisor looked at me with a mixture of concern and skepticism. "Mr. Torres, it's been a stressful day. Post-Christmas returns are overwhelming. Maybe you need a break, some rest." I know what I saw, what you think you saw, but stress can create perceptions, hallucinations even. My entire staff saw them. Ask them. He did. And every employee described something different, different faces, different voices, different details, like each person had seen a slightly different version of the same thing. Mass hysteria, the supervisor concluded. Group stress response. It happens in retail environments during peak periods. He didn't believe us. Couldn't believe us. Because believing would mean accepting that something impossible was happening in his mall. I went back to work. What else could I do? We had 4 more hours until closing, 4 more hours of returns and exchanges and customers, and all I could think about was what those things had said. We'll return. Every day. Until the exchange is complete. The rest of the day was quiet. Normal returns, normal exchanges. No more mysterious customers with impossible receipts. We closed at 9 p.m. I stayed late, reviewed security footage, looked for patterns, looked for proof, found something. The footage showed 12 instances over the past week. People entering the mall with gift bags, approaching various stores, different ages, different genders, different appearances, but all of them moving the same way. All of them standing too still. All of them watching returns desks with unblinking eyes, and all of them causing the same camera distortion when you tried to get a clear image. They'd been here for days, maybe weeks, circulating through the mall, watching, learning, waiting for the right moment, the right chaos, the right opportunity to complete their exchanges. I made copies of everything, burned it to a drive, took it home. December 27th, I called in sick. Needed time to think, to process, to figure out what to do. December 28th, I went back to work, and she was there, the first woman, the one with the blonde ponytail, standing in the exact same spot near the perfume counter, holding a different gift bag, purple this time, waiting for me. I approached her, against every instinct, against every warning my brain was screaming. "What do you want?" She turned, looked at me with those unblinking eyes. "To complete the exchange, to take what I need, to become permanent." "Why me? Why my store?" "Because this is a place of transformation, a place where things are given up and replaced, where identities are exchanged, names, forms, lives. The barriers are thinner here, the rules more flexible." That's not how retail works. Isn't it? People come here to become someone else, to try on new identities, new styles, new versions of themselves. They return what doesn't fit, exchange it for something better. How's that different from what we're doing? Because you're talking about stealing people's bodies, their lives. We prefer to think of it as upgrading. We take care of these forms. We maintain them. We live the lives better than the originals ever did. No one notices. No one complains. Everyone is satisfied with the exchange. She stepped closer. "Let me show you. Let me demonstrate. Give me permission for just one exchange. Let me take one employee, just one. And you'll see how seamless it is, how perfect, how no one will ever know the difference." "No? Then we'll take them without permission, all of them, starting with you." She opened the purple gift bag. Inside, I saw myself, or a version of myself, a hollow shell wearing my face, my clothes, my mannerisms, waiting, ready to be deployed, ready to replace me. "We've been watching you for weeks," she said, "learning you, practicing you. We know how you walk, how you talk, how you react. We can be you better than you can be you. And when we make the exchange, when we step into your form and you step into emptiness, no one will notice. Not your staff, not your family, not your friends. Your life will continue, but you won't be living it. We will. She reached into the bag, pulled out the empty shell that looked like me, held it up like a coat, like something she was about to put on. Last chance, she said. Make this exchange voluntary, smooth, painless, or we'll take it by force. And force is messy. I ran, didn't think, didn't plan, just ran. Through the store, past confused customers, past shocked employees, out into the mall. Behind me, I heard her following, not running, walking, steady, unhurried, because she knew she had time, knew I couldn't escape. I reached the security office, pounded on the door. "Let me in, please." The supervisor opened it. "Mr. Torres, what's—" I pushed past him, locked the door behind me. "They're here. They're coming. You need to lock down the mall, now." "Calm down. What are you talking about?" I pointed at the security monitors. Look at the cameras." He turned, and on every screen, every single camera in the mall, I saw them, dozens of them, standing still, holding gift bags, all facing the same direction, all looking at the security office, all looking at us. "What the hell?" the supervisor whispered. They started moving, all of them, converging, heading toward us. The supervisor grabbed his radio. "All units, we have a situation. Multiple suspicious individuals need immediate backup." But when security guards responded, when they arrived at various locations, the figures were gone. Just empty spaces where they'd been standing. "They're not showing on cameras anymore," the supervisor said. "Torres, where did they go?" I looked at the screens. He was right. The figures had vanished from the camera feeds, but I knew they were still there, still coming, just moving in the blind spots, the places cameras couldn't see, the spaces between spaces where they existed most comfortably. A knock on the security office door. "Hello? Security? I need to return something. I need to make an exchange." The blonde woman's voice, right outside. "Can you let me in? I have a gift, something special, something you'll want." The supervisor reached for the door handle. I grabbed his wrist. Don't open it. It's just a customer." "Look at the camera. Look at the door camera. Do you see her?" He checked the monitor showing the hallway outside. Empty. No one there. But we could both hear her voice, hear her knocking. "I'm standing right here," she said. "Right outside your door. Why can't you see me? Why won't you let me in?" The supervisor's hand was shaking. "This is impossible. The camera should show—" "We don't always show up on cameras," her voice said. "Depends on the angle, the lighting, the observer's willingness to see. But I'm here. I'm real. And I'm not leaving until the exchange is complete." The knocking continued. Steady, rhythmic, patient. "You can't stay in there forever," she said. "Eventually you'll have to come out. Eventually you'll have to sleep, to eat, to live. And when you do, we'll be waiting, holding your new form, ready to complete the exchange." We stayed in that office for 3 hours, until mall closing, until every customer was gone, until the entire building was locked down. The knocking never stopped. At midnight, the supervisor called the police, explained the situation, tried to explain, sounded insane. They sent 2 officers. They checked the hallway outside the security office, found nothing, no woman, no gift bags, no evidence anyone had been there. "Maybe you're just overtired," one officer suggested. "Post-holiday stress, extended shifts, it catches up to people." After they left, the supervisor looked at me. "I heard her. I know I heard her. But there's no one there. How's that possible?" "Because she's not entirely here, not entirely in our reality. She exists somewhere between, somewhere that intersects with our world at specific times and places, and she's figured out how to use that, how to cross over, how to make exchanges." That's insane. Is it? You heard her too. You saw them on the cameras before they disappeared. You know something's happening. Something that doesn't fit normal explanations. He was quiet for a long time. Then, "What do we do?" I don't know, but I'm not coming back here. Not tomorrow, not ever. I'm quitting, finding another job, another city, somewhere far from places of exchange. They said they'll follow you. Maybe. But maybe if I'm not in a place of transformation, a place where exchanges happen, maybe the barriers will be stronger. Maybe they won't be able to cross as easily. I collected my things, my keys, my employee badge, left them on the supervisor's desk. If they come back, if they try to make exchanges with other staff, close the returns desk permanently. Don't let anyone return anything. Don't facilitate any exchanges. Make it harder for them. Make it impossible. That's going to hurt business. Better than what they'll do to your employees. I left, walked out of the mall, into the December cold, into the parking lot where my car waited. As I drove away, I looked in the rearview mirror. Dozens of figures stood in the mall entrance, holding gift bags, silver and red and gold and purple, all watching me leave, all understanding that I'd escaped. This time. I moved to Portland 3 weeks later, took a job in accounting, office work, no customer interaction, no retail, no exchanges of any kind. I thought I was safe. Then, yesterday, December 26th, 2024, exactly 1 year later, I saw her. The blonde woman, standing outside my office building, holding a silver gift bag, looking up at my window. She smiled, waved, held up the bag. Inside, I could see it even from 6 floors up, was a hollow form wearing my face, my current face, my Portland face, the life I'd built. She'd found me. She'd learned me again. She'd prepared a new exchange, and this time, I don't think I can run far enough. Because the thing about exchanges, the thing I've learned, is that once they've decided you're suitable, once they've prepared your replacement form, the exchange becomes inevitable. It's not a matter of if, only when. The third time I found gift wrap under my daughter's bed, I knew it wasn't coincidence. But by then, it was already too late to ask what she'd been wrapping. I'm a forensic psychologist. I've spent 11 years evaluating criminal defendants, conducting risk assessments, and testifying in court about behavioral patterns. I deal in observable data, clinical diagnoses, and evidence-based conclusions. What I'm about to tell you violates everything I know about child development and family dynamics. But I have the photographs, and I have the empty boxes, and I have the recording of what my daughter said when I finally asked her what she'd been wrapping in the middle of the night. My daughter Lily turned 8 on December 15th, 2023. She'd been asking for an art kit for months. Paints, brushes, canvases. She loved creating, always drawing, always making things. Christmas morning, she unwrapped the deluxe art set I'd bought. Her face lit up. She hugged me, thanked me, seemed genuinely happy. Perfect Christmas moment, perfect gift, perfect reaction. That night, after we'd cleaned up the wrapping paper and eaten too much food and watched holiday movies, I heard something from her room. Rustling, like paper being crinkled. I got up, checked on her, found her sitting on her bed surrounded by wrapping paper, the same paper from that morning. The same Santa-covered sheets we'd torn open to reveal presents. "Lily, what are you doing?" She looked up, smiled. "Wrapping?" "Wrapping what? Christmas is over, honey." "Other things." She held up a small box, perfectly wrapped, neat corners, professional-looking bow. "What's in the box?" "A present." "For who?" She thought about it. "For someone who needs it." "Do you want to tell me who?" "Not yet. They're not ready yet." Strange answer, but she was 8. Kids said strange things. I kissed her forehead, told her not to stay up too late, went back to bed. The next night, more rustling. I checked again. More boxes, 7 of them now, all perfectly wrapped, all different sizes, all arranged in a neat row on her desk. "Lily, where are you getting all these boxes?" "From the garage, the recycling pile. You said we were throwing them away anyway." True. We had a stack of empty Amazon boxes waiting for trash day. "And what are you putting in them?" "Presents." "But there's nothing inside them. They're empty." She smiled. Not empty, full, just invisible. Invisible presents? They'll become visible when they're opened, when the right person opens them. I sat down on her bed, concerned now. This wasn't normal creative play. This was something else. Lily, are you feeling okay? Is something bothering you? I'm fine, Daddy. Better than fine. I understand now. Understand what? What presents really are. What they really mean. It's not about what's inside. It's about the exchange, the giving and taking, the transformation. Those words, exchange, transformation. An 8-year-old shouldn't talk like that. Where did you learn those words? From her. From who? The lady who visits, the one who shows me how to wrap properly, how to make the corners perfect, how to seal the edges so nothing escapes. My stomach dropped. What lady, Lily? The one who comes after everyone's asleep, the one who stands at the window. She can't come inside unless someone invites her, so she just watches and teaches and tells me about the exchanges. I checked every lock in the house, every window, every door. Everything was secure. No one could get in. No one could be watching her. But that night, I set up a baby monitor in her room. Audio and video. I'd watch. I'd see if anyone really was visiting her. At 2:17 in the morning, the monitor activated. Motion detected in Lily's room. I grabbed my phone, opened the app, watched the live feed. Lily was sitting up in bed, looking at her window. And at the window, a shadow. A figure pressed against the glass from outside. But we were on the second floor. There was nothing outside that window. No ledge, no tree. No way for anyone to be standing there. Yet something was. I watched as Lily stood, walked to the window, placed her hand against the glass. The shadow's hand pressed against the opposite side, matching positions, like they were holding hands through the barrier. Then the shadow spoke. I heard it through the monitor, a woman's voice, soft, gentle, wrong. You're doing well, Lily. The wrapping is perfect. The preparation is nearly complete. When can we start the exchange? Lily asked. Soon, very soon. On the last day of December. When the old year ends and the new year begins. That's when the barriers are thinnest. That's when we can finally complete what we've started. And then everyone will have presents? Everyone will get what they need? Yes, child. Everyone will receive exactly what they've earned. Everyone will unwrap their gifts and discover what's been waiting inside, and the transformation will begin. I ran to Lily's room, threw open the door. Get away from that window. Lily turned. The shadow vanished. Daddy? What's wrong? Who were you talking to? No one. I heard you. I saw you on the monitor. There was someone at your window. You can see her too? I thought only I could see her. Who is she, Lily? My daughter looked at me with eyes that seemed older than they should, wiser than an 8-year-old's eyes had any right to be. She's the one who collects the unwanted, the returned, the rejected. She's the one who takes everything that doesn't fit and transforms it into something new, something that belongs. I don't understand. You will. On December 31st, when the unwrapping begins, when everyone opens their presents and discovers what's inside. I took Lily to my office the next day, conducted an evaluation, trying to be clinical, professional, but terrified because this was my daughter and something was very wrong. I asked her to draw pictures of the woman at the window. She drew a figure that was too tall, too thin, with hands that had too many fingers and a smile that had too many teeth. Is this what she really looks like? I asked. It's what she looks like when she stops pretending, when she doesn't need to hide anymore. And what does she want from you? She wants me to help her, with the distribution, with the unwrapping, because children are better at wrapping. Adults have forgotten how. They don't understand the magic anymore. What magic? Lily leaned forward. The magic of transformation. When you wrap something, you're not just covering it, you're changing it, making it into potential, into possibility. And when someone unwraps it, they're not just revealing what's inside. They're choosing, they're accepting, they're inviting the transformation. I need you to understand something before I continue. I've evaluated hundreds of children in my career. I know the difference between imagination, delusion, and something genuinely concerning. This wasn't normal developmental play. This wasn't fantasy. This was something else. This was belief. Deep, absolute, unshakable. And what terrified me most was that I was starting to believe it too. That night, I searched Lily's room while she was at dinner with my mother. Found the wrapped boxes, 23 of them now, all perfect, all sealed, all labeled with names. Names I recognized: my boss, my ex-wife, my neighbors, my co-workers, friends, family, everyone in my life. Everyone had a box, a gift, a present waiting to be unwrapped. I picked one up, the one labeled with my name, shook it gently. Nothing moved inside. It felt empty, light. But Lily had said they weren't empty. They were full, just invisible. I started to tear open the wrapping. No, Lily appeared in the doorway. You can't open it early. It's not time yet. If you open it before December 31st, before the moment of transformation, it won't work properly. The gift will be incomplete, broken. Lily, we need to talk about this. Really talk. What do you think is going to happen on New Year's Eve? The unwrapping. Everyone will receive their presents, everyone will open them, and everyone will discover what's been inside them all along. The parts of themselves they've been hiding, rejecting, trying to wrap up and give away. That doesn't make sense, doesn't it? People spend all year wrapping things up, wrapping their feelings, their fears, their true selves, hiding everything under pretty paper and bows, pretending everything is fine, everything is perfect, everything is acceptable. But on New Year's Eve, the wrapping comes off. The truth reveals itself, and people have to face what they've been hiding. She was right, disturbingly right. This was exactly the kind of psychological insight I'd expect from someone with years of therapy, not from an 8-year-old. Where are you learning this? From her, the woman at the window. She understands. She's been watching people for a very long time, watching them wrap their darkness in pretty packages, watching them exchange those packages with each other, watching everyone pretend that what's inside doesn't matter as long as the outside looks nice. But she's tired of the pretending. She wants everyone to unwrap, to reveal, to transform. And she needs me to help distribute the gifts, to make sure everyone gets what they've really been hiding. I didn't sleep that night. Couldn't. I kept watching the baby monitor, kept seeing the shadow at Lily's window, kept hearing that voice. At 3 a.m., I called my colleague, a psychiatrist who specialized in childhood disorders. Janet, I need help. Something's wrong with Lily. I explained everything: the wrapping, the boxes, the figure at the window, the transformation talk. Long silence. Then, bring her in tomorrow. First available appointment. This needs a full evaluation. Do you think it's psychosis? Early onset schizophrenia? What? I don't know, but the symbolism is concerning. The obsessive behavior, the visual hallucinations. We need to rule out organic causes: brain tumor, temporal lobe epilepsy, chemical imbalance. And if it's not organic, then we're looking at a severe psychological break, potentially triggered by, I don't know what. Has there been trauma, abuse, significant stress? No, nothing. Perfect childhood, stable home, no red flags. Then this came from somewhere. Something happened. Something she experienced or witnessed or was exposed to. We need to find out what. I hung up. Felt slightly better. Medical explanation, treatable condition, logic, science, answers. Then I looked at the monitor. Lily was standing at her window again, but this time she was opening it, inviting the figure inside, and the shadow was climbing through. I ran to her room, threw open the door. The window was closed, locked. Lily was in bed, sleeping peacefully. But on her desk, 23 wrapped boxes had become 24. A new one, freshly wrapped, labeled with a name I didn't recognize. Emily Chen. Who the hell was Emily Chen? I Googled the name, found a news article from that day, December 29th. Local woman found dead in apparent suicide. Emily Chen, 32, was discovered in her Minneapolis apartment yesterday evening. Friends describe her as cheerful and social, showing no signs of depression or suicidal ideation. Police are investigating. My blood went cold. Lily didn't know Emily Chen, had never met her, had no connection to her. Yet there was a box with her name, wrapped before news of her death had even gone public. I checked the other boxes, looked up the names online, found 3 more that corresponded to recent deaths, all within the past week, all in Minnesota, all unexplained, all people Lily couldn't possibly know. But she'd wrapped presents for them before they died, like she'd known, like she'd been preparing, or like someone had told her these people would need gifts, would need transformation, would need unwrapping. December 30th. I called Janet, canceled the appointment. What could a psychiatrist do? What could medicine or therapy or diagnosis explain? This wasn't psychosis. This wasn't delusion. This was something else. Something real. Something that existed at the intersection of psychology and the inexplicable. I gathered all 24 boxes, loaded them into trash bags, threw them in the garage, planned to destroy them, burn them, make them disappear. When I came back inside, Lily was standing in the kitchen. "You shouldn't have done that, Daddy." "Lily, this has to stop. Whatever's happening, whatever you think is happening, it needs to end. It can't stop. The unwrapping is scheduled. The distribution is planned. On December 31st at midnight, everyone receives their gift. Everyone unwraps their truth. Everyone transforms. No, I'm not letting that happen. You don't get to decide. The woman at the window, she's been planning this for a very long time, longer than you've been alive, longer than anyone remembers. She collects the unwanted, the returned, the rejected. All year long, people wrap up their darkness and try to give it away, try to exchange it for something better, but it doesn't disappear. It accumulates, it waits. And on New Year's Eve, she returns it, gives everyone back exactly what they tried to discard, forces them to unwrap it, to face it, to become it. The boxes are empty, Lily. There's nothing in them. They're not empty yet, but they will be. After the unwrapping, after everyone opens their gift and discovers what's been inside them all along, then the boxes will be empty, and the transformation will be complete. She smiled. My daughter smiled at me with eyes that looked both 8 years old and ancient. "You have a box too, Daddy. Do you know what's inside yours?" "No. Your guilt. The guilt you've been wrapping and hiding for 3 years, ever since Mom died, ever since the accident that you think was your fault. You've wrapped that guilt so tightly, covered it with pretty paper labeled professional success and devoted father and normal life. But underneath it's still there, waiting, growing, festering." How did she know that? How could she know about the accident, about the guilt? I'd never told her, never mentioned it. The official story was that her mother died in a car accident. Random, tragic, no one's fault. But the truth was more complicated. I'd been driving. I'd been distracted. I'd made a mistake. And my wife had died because of it. I'd wrapped that truth, hidden it, even from myself, especially from myself. On December 31st, Lily continued, you'll unwrap your gift, you'll face what you've been hiding, and you'll transform, just like everyone else. December 31st, New Year's Eve. I didn't let Lily out of my sight, kept her home, locked the doors, disconnected the internet, removed her phone, complete isolation. If she couldn't distribute the gifts, if she couldn't facilitate the unwrapping, maybe nothing would happen. But at 11 p.m., the doorbell rang. I didn't answer it, didn't move, didn't breathe. It rang again, and again, and again. At 11:30, knocking started, all around the house, front door, back door, windows, garage, like dozens of people were surrounding us, demanding entry, demanding their gifts. Lily looked at me. They're here. The ones who were labeled. The ones who are ready to unwrap. You can't stop them. You can only delay them. Who are they? Everyone. All the people in your life. All the people whose names I wrote. They don't know why they came. Don't know why they felt compelled to be here at this exact moment. They just knew, deep down, that they had something waiting for them here. Something they needed to receive. I looked out the window, saw them, my boss, my neighbors, colleagues, friends, everyone, standing in my yard, at my doors, staring at the house, waiting. At 11:55, Lily stood. It's almost time. In 5 minutes, the old year ends, the new year begins, and the unwrapping happens. What if I don't let them in? You don't have to. The gifts will reach them anyway, will appear wherever they are, in their hands, in their homes, in their lives. You can't stop distribution. You can only decide whether to witness it. And what happens when they unwrap? When they discover what's inside? They transform, become what they've been hiding, face what they've been wrapping, and either they accept it, integrate it, grow from it, or they break, shatter, cease to function as coherent individuals. Midnight approached, 11:59. The knocking stopped. The figures outside went still. Lily opened the front door, and the woman from the window stepped inside. She was tall, too tall. Her proportions were wrong, her movements too fluid. But her face kept shifting. One moment, beautiful. Next moment, terrible. Then, back again. Like she couldn't decide what form to wear, what mask to show. Thank you, Lily. You've been an excellent assistant. The distribution is complete. The unwrapping will now commence. She looked at me. You're still trying to understand. Still trying to rationalize. Still wrapping your confusion in layers of clinical explanation. But soon, very soon, you'll unwrap. You'll see. You'll know. Midnight. Church bells somewhere in the distance. Fireworks. People cheering. New Year. And in that moment, I felt something in my hands. Heavy, solid, real. A wrapped box. My name on the tag. Perfect corners. Professional bow. Open it, the woman said. Open your gift. Discover what you've been hiding. I looked at Lily, my daughter, my 8-year-old daughter who'd somehow become a facilitator for this thing, this process, this unwrapping. I'm sorry, Daddy, she said. I didn't know what it would do. I just wanted to help people, wanted to give them gifts, wanted to make them happy. But she lied. She said transformation was good, that facing truth was necessary, that unwrapping would set people free. She didn't tell me it would break them. Outside, I heard screaming. All the people who'd been waiting, all the people who'd received their gifts, all of them unwrapping simultaneously, all of them discovering what was inside, all of them transforming. Some were laughing, hysterical, broken. Some were crying, grieving, destroyed. Some were silent, gone, empty. Open your gift, the woman repeated, or spend the rest of your life knowing you refused, knowing you chose to keep wrapping, knowing your truth is still there, still waiting, still growing. I looked at the box in my hands. What was inside? My guilt? My fear? My darkness? Or something worse? I started to tear the paper, and Lily screamed, "No, don't open it, please! I was wrong! I should never have wrapped it! I should never have helped her." The woman laughed. Too late. The wrapping is done. The distribution complete. All that remains is the unwrapping, the revealing, the transformation. I tore the rest of the paper away, opened the box. Inside was nothing. Empty space, absence. But as I looked into that emptiness, I saw something, a reflection, a version of myself, guilty, broken, twisted by 3 years of hidden truth. And as I watched, that reflection reached out, grabbed me, pulled me into the box, into the emptiness, into the space where wrapped things go when they're waiting to be revealed. I fell and kept falling, and in the falling, I unwrapped. Layer after layer, truth after truth, every lie I'd told myself, every rationalization, every excuse, gone, torn away, until all that remained was what I'd been hiding, the man who'd killed his wife, the father who'd lied to his daughter, the psychologist who couldn't face his own psychology. And then I hit bottom. I woke up in my living room, lying on the floor, box empty beside me, wrapping paper scattered. The sun was rising. January 1st, 2024. Lily was gone. The woman was gone. Everyone was gone. I checked my phone. 117 missed calls, 300 notifications, emails, messages, voicemails, all from people whose names had been on boxes, all saying the same thing. Something happened last night, something I can't explain, something I need to talk about. I saw something, learned something, became something. Nothing will ever be the same. I went to Lily's room, found her sleeping peacefully, surrounded by empty boxes, all the wrapping paper gone, all the gifts distributed, all the transformations complete. I woke her gently. "Lily, are you okay?" She opened her eyes, smiled. Normal 8-year-old smile, innocent, sweet. "I don't remember much, just wrapping presents, helping people. Was I good? Was I helpful?" You did what she asked." "Who?" "The woman, the one at the window." Lily looked confused. "What woman?" "Daddy, what are you talking about?" She didn't remember. Whatever had used her, whatever had worked through her, it had erased itself, left her clean, innocent, unburdened. But the rest of us would remember forever, would carry our unwrapped truths, our revealed darkness, our transformation, whether we wanted to or not. It's been 11 months since the unwrapping, nearly Christmas again, nearly time for the wrapping to begin. And I've noticed something. People are buying more gift wrap this year, thicker paper, stronger tape, more elaborate bows, like they're preparing, like they're wrapping more carefully, more completely, like they're hiding more than ever before. And sometimes, late at night, I see her, the woman from the window, standing at the edge of my property, watching my house, watching Lily's window, waiting for the invitation, waiting for the wrapping to begin again. Because the thing about unwrapping, once you've done it once, you know you'll have to do it again. And again, and again, every year, every cycle, every transformation, until there's nothing left to wrap, nothing left to hide, nothing left but the empty boxes and the truth inside them.